my back like a Mustang. See ya. I got a watch on my wrist, it's a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I send my baby to bring it around.
Yes. What is up? Happy Monday. I am your podcast bestie, Danny Marie, and I wanted to get this off my chest first and foremost because I'm noticing there's a theme, and I think people have this whole idea of what podcasting is completely misconstrued. I know that's a big word for some people, but you have it all wrong. And so we want to break it down. We won't be very long. We are going to be very brief, but I am Danny Marie, your podcast bestie, trying to bring it to you with the real as best as I can. Let me make sure we're live on Instagram. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. And of course, I got to share this with my podcast community. So I need to make sure I do that. But today we're talking about why most podcasts fail and what to do instead, because some of you guys have this all wrong. So I'm bringing it to you raw, unfiltered, uncut for the next 15 minutes or so. I hope you all are paying attention. I am live. It is official. So let's make sure we share this with everyone. All right. So podcasting isn't just hard to get started. Podcasting isn't hard at all. And I think when people always ask me, what do? I think what you actually want to ask is, how can I be a podcaster, make money, and be sustainable? And so I think that's the honest question that everyone really wants to ask, because the reality is starting a podcast is fairly simple. And I use I'll say 5 P's framework. 7 is the bonus, but 5. So plan, production, platform, performance, and profit. Those are the 5 P's that you are going to encounter somewhere on your podcast journey. So I just break it down that way in terms of how to get started. And it's really fairly simple. You need just like 3 easy tools under each one of those 5. So a total of 15 things, and they're all quite easy, and you just get yourself a nice rhythm and you are set up for success. So it's not that difficult at all. But like I said, what the true question, the essence of what most of you are asking is, how can I be successful? How can I build this thing out for the long run? And so that's what we need to address today, because some of you guys, you think, okay, I'll start the podcast. It's fairly simple. It's nothing to it. And I agree. But if you want to do something like this and you want this to fund your lifestyle, fund and pay for, your family to have the freedom, the fun, the access, the privileges, if you want this to really unlock the next level for you, then you definitely need to think and approach this like a business. And so that is what we're talking about today in the next 15 minutes. But you guys, while I'm here, I want to remind you that we are going to Atlanta for the Black Effect podcast next month. We're days away from the 1st of April. So April 24th, that is a Saturday. We will be in the Atlanta area. We have the party bus. We have the activations. We have all of the things planned and mapped out. So if you want information about that, you can see on the screen. It is plantopodcast.com/Atlanta. Let me get some water. Pro podcast tip: make sure you're not advertising any brand that is not paying you. Okay, so make sure you have a clear cup, or market your own merch, your own coffee cups, your own water bottles. Nonetheless, we're going to Atlanta, so we have to.
Bitch on the ride on my back like a Mustang. See ya. I got a watch on my wrist, it's a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I send my baby to bring it around.
To Atlanta, April 24th 2026, next month. Make sure you get the information by going to our website, plantopodcast.com/Atlanta. It's going to be a time, party bus activities, dropping in the city, going to a few places, shaking a few hands, kissing a few babies, playing podcast pitch party on the bus, a scavenger hunt, bingo, all of those things, while still making time to go to the festival itself the same day for the latter half of the day. So we're going to help you get the content. We're going to help you create the vibes. We're going to help you mix and mingle. We're going to help you jump out at a few stops and build relationship. We're going to one location, tentatively speaking, that is responsible for funding a lot of starter tech. And some people also have a background in media and journalism. So just that history alone is important for you to witness and important for you to take part in, along with the community, along with myself, your podcast bestie. So we want to have you. We want to see you show up in the place. Make sure you visit the website, plantopodcast.com/Atlanta. All right. Number one, the first thing most people think is listeners are enough. But the real growth comes from people who move with you beyond the episode. Build a community by guiding your audience into a deeper connection, and don't just talk to them, bring them with you. So the misconception here is that community is optional. You need community. And I think a lot of us like to hide behind the mic and be comfortable with audio-only podcasts and feel like you can grow a community without actually doing anything to cultivate that community. And I want to talk to you guys and look you directly in your eyes. You have to cultivate the community. So it's not enough to say, please listen to my podcast episode. You have to give people reason why to listen. How does what you share help them? How does what you offer make their lives easier? What is it about your podcast that they should take time out of their day to engage? And I think we also have this idea that all of our friends and family should support us. No, give people a reason to support you. And it's not always the case that it's going to be for your friends and family to give their support. You should be cultivating your podcast. So you need to get a part of Facebook groups or community forums, or join someone's Patreon, or join someone's community. Mind you, we do have our community that we build both in a public group on Facebook, but we also do a lot of things privately behind the scenes. We're extending you the invite to join us in April for the Black Effect Festival. But we're always doing something, and we invite you to tap in. You need community to build. So who's going to support you by listening to your podcast episodes? Who's going to share the link to your podcast episode through word of mouth? Who is going to be a guest on your podcast? Who are you going to lean on to give you the positive reviews and ratings and leave comments and answer your polls and engage with you on social media? You need community. And sometimes when you can do well at cultivating that community, then you can invite them to do more business with you or tap into your services and whatever else you offer. But community is at the center. You need community. And I'm going to give you the next one. But of course, I need a dance break right quick, and I need a water break. So
Bitch on the ride on my bed like a Mustang. See ya. I got a watch on my wrist, it's a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around.
yeah, so that was number one in terms of what people get wrong about podcasting. Number one was community is optional. That is false. Don't believe it. Don't believe the hype. Fake news. Number two, that you can just wing it. I don't know if you remember, this was like, I think the Real Housewives of New York, when Chrissy and Jim Jones were on there, and they had this Latina chick, I forgot her name, But I think it's Samaya or Samaraya or something like that, something fiery and spicy. And she was basically leaning on Jim Jones to provide the career for her. And Chrissy was like, you're leaning on Jim Jones and you're trying to wing this whole thing. Some of you are trying to wing this whole thing. I should have clipped that so I can add it to this video, but some of you are winging it. And that was just to get started. If you want to build out a business, if you want to use your podcast as a funnel, if you wanted to use it to build 7 different streams of revenue, you have to approach this again with a plan. It's like every business needs a business plan. Every podcast needs a podcast plan. There's no and buts between. And so that's why, again, I made it so easy. You need a plan. You need a production. You need in products. You need a platform. You need to track your performance. And then you need to profit from it. And then there were 2 additional P's. So you'll have a pivot and you'll have plateaus. So that's my 7 P's framework. And you need to understand what does podcasting truly means behind the scenes. Building a little business, right? And it doesn't have to be little, but if you can kind of put the right things in place, you can make you some supplemental income if you put in just little effort. If you put a few things on autopilot and automate things and streamline your process, you could actually make you a little coin. And then you can take it bigger. Like I said, you can make 7 different streams, not even including ad revenue. So you can wing it, but it's only going to take you so far. So you truly have to plan things out and have a reason for the things that you do and build and call people to do the next thing. So then the first thing might be listen to my podcast, right? The next thing might be leave a comment. The next thing might be tell a friend, share this episode. Then the next thing might be come listen to this webinar that I'm doing. The next thing after that might be join the membership. The next thing after that might be pay for my consulting services or download this product, buy this product, do business with me. So you're taking your listeners on a journey. And for most people, you're like, I just like to talk. I just want to be vibey and be on social media and streamline because I have stuff to say and I want to get it off my chest. I'm not really looking at it from this angle. Cool. If that's not you and you just like talking for free, respect to you. But some people are really trying to build out a business and use their platform to get the most from podcasting, from showing up online and streaming. So if that is you and you want to make you some coin while you do it, there is a format. There's a formula. It's still very much new in like the Wild Wild West, but at least using my framework will get you dialed in. All right. 3, that is hard to start. So I don't want to be contradicting myself because I said you can just wing it. You can just wing it. And that's enough to get you started. But you also get very easily. So the 3rd one is hard to start. It's not hard to start. You truly can start just using your cell phone, Zoom, or the camera phone and recording yourself and then putting that up on YouTube. So it's that easy to get started. They even have an RSS feed on YouTube. So it really is easy to get started. So this idea that, man, I want to look like the Joe Buttons or the Trevor Noahs or the Drink Champs or Mel Robbins, but I'm so overwhelmed with this idea of having to go out and buy all of this equipment and show up in this really nice looking podcast studio, and I just don't have it right now. So I'm just going to cool off for now. You could actually start and not even go on video. So it's not difficult to get started. Now they're using AI. So really the opportunities are endless and open, and it's not difficult. So get that out of your mind. Again, just going back to, you need to be able to keep it up and have the bandwidth for what it takes to do this long term. You guys, let me catch my breath. Hold on.
Bitch on the ride on my bed like a Mustang. See ya. I gotta watch on my wrist is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around.
I cannot wait to Atlanta next month. I don't know. Let me put this up. So we're doing the kickoff at the Pullman Yards in Atlanta. We're going to make our first stop at the Content Studio in Atlanta. We're going to be doing live podcast pitches on the bus. Then we're going to jump off and hop out, and we're going to do a scavenger hunt and a bingo experience so we can kind of get a feel for each other, mix and mingle, maybe with our podcast peeps that are on the bus with us, or maybe the people that are roaming in the community when we touch down. Then we're going to jump back on the bus. We're going to do stop number 2 at a tech founder at location. And then we're going to pull up to the festival, and we're going to listen to everybody on the stage doing the panels. By the way, if you haven't taken a look at the website over at the Black Effect Festival, you need to go to their website as well. And so I just wanted to remind you of that. So that's what we're doing when we touch down Saturday, April 25th. Make sure you get the information on our website, plantapodcast.com/Atlanta. We got to run it back one more time.
Bitch on the ride on my bed like a Mustang. See ya. I gotta watch on my wrist is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around.
One last look before we take it down and get back into this content. Podcast pull up in Atlanta. Make sure you get the information. You see the website banner going across the screen. Definitely make sure to tap in with this. All right. We want to remove this now. Hold on. All right, perfect. All right, let's get back into it. We left off on number 3 that is hard to start. False. You can start with your phone, your laptop, StreamYard, and stream to multiple platforms at once, okay? Now, another thing that you guys have completely wrong, a lot of you see other influencers starting podcasts and you're like, cool, I want those same brand deals, so let me start and make money right away podcasting. That's not going to happen. Not happening, not never. So I know user-generated content is extremely popular right now, and a lot of you guys have this idea that you can just jump into things and everything will just start working for you automatically. That's not the case. If you go back to some of these other podcasters, it's extremely harder now. And they really had to study and do their own due diligence. So you're not going to start making money right away, especially if you don't have a plan or a system or a way to like streamline the process. So instant sponsorships, instant ad revenue, where it's going to be beneficial to you is not happening. Yes, sir. Okay, I'll come back in just 1 second. All right, so instant sponsorships, no. However, you can go to your local mom and pop shop. You can go to your local restaurant. You can go to the local bar and work out something, right? And some of you guys don't really know how to do that or approach that. And so again, tapping in with someone who has a bit more experience, I highly recommend. So instant sponsorships from sponsors are to community and with an expert. Again, shameless plug. It is I, Danny Marie, across all platforms. And then we're going to do number 5 after we come back with this small commercial break.
Bitch on the ride on my back like a Mustang. See ya. I gotta watch on my wrist is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around.
Number 5. Solo scaling works. So we opened up with community is optional. It is not. Number 5, closing out with solo scaling works. And it means, like, again, not only do you need listeners, but you need people to listen and come back every week or however often you upload a new episode. So you need them to be repeat listeners, right? And if it's just like you're not warming it up, you're not kind of keeping their interest, you're just a poor one-nighter, I guess they just kind of chalked it up to a whole one-night stand and never going to listen again because you didn't really give them a reason to stick around or what it is that you have to offer that they want to keep coming back. It's a lot of different options out here. What makes you different? So you need listeners, but you also, going back to number 5, I got a little sidetracked. You need a team. So a team looks like, again, hiring someone or getting the support of maybe a cohort or some of your own podcast peers. And now you have AI where they make systems easier. You can hire AI assistants. I have a team of 5 that I use through Marbleism. If you want the code, type Marbleism in the chat. But you need a team, whether it's people that you hire or AI that you leverage, but you need a team, and it's not going to work that you do all this on your own. Again, if you're just doing this for fun and games, cool. I guess that works for you. But if you're trying to like monetize and make money and you're trying to do this and it pay off in the long run, you need a team, you need a system, you need a strategy, you need a plan. And like I said, I use my 5. You need a plan, a production, you need a platform, performance, and a profit strategy or promotion strategy. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep doing this alone, or are you going to tap into a community of people who support you, who push for the effort to help promote you and spread the word about your podcast, who leave the reviews? I mean, we meet up every Saturday. Just at the base level, we have a meetup every Saturday that's absolutely free. And then, like I said, we got our meetup, our first in-person meetup in Atlanta, Saturday, April 25th. It's going to be a time. Let me put this on the screen one more time. So we have pull up April 25th. We're kicking it off at the Pullman Yards. We're stopping at the content studio. We're doing live podcast pitches on the party bus. We're doing a scavenger hunt, bingo experience. We're doing another stop at the Tech Founder experience, and we're pulling up to the festival. Squad. Whole squad with me. No, I should be like this. Podcast peeps. Is that not cheesy? We got to work on that. But it's going to be so much fun. I'm so happy to see some of you guys. We've been working and vibing out with one another for a few years now. Now we get to see each other in person and hug up on each other. And some of you guys have already kicked off and done amazing things with your platforms. I'm so glad I got to experience it. I'm so glad I got to help. I'm rooting for all of you. Even if we cannot make it, we always are going to be doing a pop-up in your area, in your region. We're always looking for regional managers. So type regional in the comments if you want more information about that. Basically, be an ambassador for the brand. We're going to go back to Atlanta in June for Juneteenth. But if you cannot make this one, know that in June we will be running it back. It won't be like this one. It's going to be definitely more moderate than this one because, like I said, we're doing a party bus. We're doing the pop-up, and then we're going to go into the festival itself and have a good time too. So all in one day, we're giving it everything we got. And then you're going to walk away with so much content that you can use. And so that's why you want to go to the website to get all of the details so you understand the value of what we're doing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're not going to make it, if you know a podcaster in Atlanta, recommend this live to them, drop it in their chat, their DMs, or whatever the case.
Bitch on the ride on my back like a Mustang. See ya. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around.
Podcasting isn't hard. It's hard to sustain. So most podcasters don't fail because people aren't talented. They fail because people don't understand what it takes to grow, scale, and stay consistent. Community is not optional. Just winging it is not optional. It's hard to start. It's completely false. You're not going to get sponsorships right away that are going to make a big difference. And solo scaling is not going to get you far. So if you want more information, if you want to tap into the community, my best advice to you would be to go to that link, plantopodcast.com/Atlanta, find out how you can plug in. And then if you have questions, always hit me up directly. I'm always here. Trust me. I believe that much in what I talk about and the importance of all of us having a podcast platform, especially in this critical time where they're trying to erase all history. Black media spaces are important. Media in general is important. Our freedom of speech is important. We have a voice. And if you're using your platform responsibly, I'm telling you, you have something viable and something profitable. So that's enough. I'm going to do it one more time with the rollout. You guys have an amazing Monday. I love you all. And yeah.
Bitch on the ride on my back like a Mustang. See ya. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around. Tryna ride on my back like a Mustang. See ya. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around.